Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel and editorial discussion for 4th May 2022. My name is Harsh Singh and in this video we shall discuss two editorials from the Indian Express of yesterday, both of them talking about international relations situation, first being Europe being at the center stage and second, India will have to choose a side in the times to come. Now, both editorials are important from the perspective of GS paper 2. If you like this initiative, shower some love through likes, comments and shares. Let's discuss. The editorial begins by saying that Russia has further been isolated in the international situation when USA is funding the war, when European countries are funding the war in taking side of Ukraine. When all of these countries are imposing sanctions on Russia, this will have an impact on Russian economy in the future. There's also a tendency for Russia to gain further proximity with China. These are indicators of which side India should be at. Now, this is where the editorial says that India Europe Trade and Technology Council has lately come up. Now, this is an initiative of European countries, and only the second time after USA they have formed another council that is with India, Trade and Technology Council. This indicates the way in which India and Europe are going to participate with each other, and showing very well truly in India's Prime Minister visit to Germany, Denmark, and France, and inking different kind of partnerships, strategic partnerships for the future. This is where I would like to show you and focus your attention on the kind of economies that India is now looking at. Germany is economy number one in European Union, contributing to 55% of European Union's economy, GDP. And second is France. So India is targeting these countries which are good in technology, good in resources, and good in investment provision. And if you wonder why Denmark, such a small country, Denmark is one of the major leaders in the Nordic countries. The country is located in this particular area. And along with Denmark, we have other countries like Finland, Norway, Sweden, and these countries become very significant when seen together. Now, Germany and India face similar challenges. It is because both of them have had strategic partnerships with Russia. Germany importing a lot of fuel, and India importing a lot of technology, defense ties with India, and strategic ties. Now, both of this will have to be disentangled from Russia. Now, it will be tougher for Germany because Germany has a $60 billion trade annually, and India only has $10 billion trade. So the impact will be high on Germany. However, they both will have to have disentangled treatment of Russia. When we look at Denmark, India wants to have a greener strategic partnership with Denmark, one of the colder countries, yet a very important country from the perspective of clean energy. Denmark is also an important component of the Nordic Five. Last year, it held the Nordic meeting of the five Nordic members: Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Very important countries. Imagine the population is low, right? At only 2.5 crore. Right? But then the economy together is more than the economy of Russia. So if we create better relations, we will have a great partnership with these countries as well. And France has always been looked as from the perspective of becoming the new Russia. It is France which has been providing us technology, be it our aircrafts, be it the submarine technology, be it the nuclear technology or the solar power, all of them being provided by France. France and Germany happen to be those countries which invest around the whole world where there is manufacturing potential, and this is where France must be roped in. Now, there is security impact also. There is a security impact, especially on countries, Nordic countries like Sweden and Finland. Both of them are not happy because these countries are bordering Russia, and they are not happy because of the way Russia has imposed its conditions that they cannot be members of NATO, and now they are further looking at getting pushed towards NATO because they fear Russian aggression. Now, this is very important because we have seen Germany also escalating its defense budget, and now this is where there's a strategic change that is happening in the world. Right, Russia has been giving all kinds of technology to India, and this is where India can look at these partnerships, especially with these three unions and countries. All right. Now, when we look at this is the second editorial that I'm speaking of, India and the new Iron Curtain. The editorial says that yes, there is an applaud of strategic autonomy that is India has had in the parliament as well. Now, this is an opposition MP writing this particular piece in Indian Express. They have also said that we cannot have permanent allies. We will have permanent interest everywhere, and we are happy about the innate flexibility that the country has. Right, the social media right now, which is around 5 billion people, 62% of human population, is in favor of Ukraine. So a lot of things in favor, but then what about India's interest? What is in India's interest? India's interest is in peace, not in war. See, there are many nations which have been benefiting because of the war. Why? Because of the weapon supply. But then India is not the weapon supplier. India's interest is in peace because of innumerable things, be it wheat, be it fertilizers, be it neon gas, be it various other kind of technology, fuel, resources being provided, and more than anything, India wants peace because India is a peaceful nation, right? Now this is where the editorial says that iron curtains will be drawn. These curtains will be of iron, where the one side will be on one side of the curtain and the other on the other side, and it is very much clear which are the members which are going to be on one of the sides. It will be Russia, China, and countries like Iran, and then their allies. For example, Myanmar, Pakistan, Syria, North Korea, all of these defined countries will be on one side. It is for India to choose whether it wants to remain on the side of democratic and growing countries or on the side of these other countries, right? It is very much clear which side India should be choosing. India should be choosing the side of democracy, the side where there is more trade, where there is more investment, where there is more growth potential, where there is sustainability, where there is more empowerment of all the people. Look at the stand of the Prime Minister himself. Earlier we were not speaking openly about no one being winner or loser, right? We were just silent on the situation of war. But now Prime Minister goes to Europe and says no winner in this war, serious impact on developing and poor countries. So the country also has started to take a stand, an open stand, about the issue of the war and the impact it has created on everybody. Important editorial. Now, all you got to do is mention four interests of India that get hampered due to Russia-Ukraine war. A simple question, but exercising memory and mind is very important. If you can give an example or some data, that will also be great. And if you like this initiative, show some love through likes, comments, and shares. You got a question, please put it down in the comment section and we will ensure to get back. Thank you for watching.